Pastor Julian here with Central's Devotion for today. I hope you're doing well. So this Sunday, we're going to be having a message on fellowship, the importance of gathering in fellowship. And I figured, I preached a sermon on Easter Sunday on the Lord of the Rings trilogy, which was Return of the King. I figured I'd do a devotion on the Lord of the Rings book and movie called The Fellowship of the Ring. And this is what the fellowship looks like. Here we have Boromir, Legolas, Gandalf, and Aragorn, Gimli, Pippin, Merry, Frodo, and Sam. This is the fellowship in the Fellowship of the Ring in Lord of the Rings. So anyway, let's talk about fellowship a little bit. Fellowship looks kind of like this, in the movie. There was this task that needed to be done, and Frodo stood up and said that I will take this burden upon myself to take this evil ring, which I'm not going to get into everything about this evil ring, but they're unified around this ring, and Frodo is the one to carry this burden to Mount Doom, and all the others gathered around him to support him and to support one another for this incredible task to go to Mordor to destroy this ring in the fires of Mount Doom. Was extremely dangerous, treacherous, and so that's what they were there for. And at one point during the book, at the end of the Fellowship of the Ring, Frodo realizes that the ring is going, because it exudes evil, and he said that it's going to turn and mess up everybody, and I need to go do this on my own. I can't take the rest of the fellowship with me because it's going to destroy us all. And then Sam joins along with him. But at this point, Gandalf has fallen into a pit and is gone from the story, presumed dead. Boromir is dead from the fellowship. Sam and Frodo have headed across a river in a boat and are heading to Mordor, and Pippin and Merry have been kidnapped by the evil Uruk-hai to take them back and potentially find the ring through them. And then what's left is Aragorn and Gimli the dwarf and Legolas the elf. And they said the fellowship is broken, we're no good, it's failed, and then the thought strikes them, what we need to do is we need to go after and rescue Merry and Pippin. The fellowship, that is what fellowship means, that you don't abandon one another, that you're there for one another. It is a tight bond that you develop and build from being together. Let's take a look at Hebrews chapter 10, verses 22 to 25, with special emphasis on verse 25. So this is what it says. Let us draw near with a true heart and full assurance of faith, with our hearts sprinkled clean from an evil conscience and our bodies washed with pure water. Let us hold fast to the confession of our hope without wavering, for he who promised is faithful. And let us consider how to stir up one another to love and good works, not neglecting to meet together, as is the habit of some, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day drawing near. It is an important thing not to neglect to meet together. And I know the other pastors may have used this passage in their devotions before, but I want to look at this again. There are a number of times it says here, let us. It's already talking about us together as a fellowship in this passage. Let us. So let's take a look at the let us. It says in verse 22, let us draw near. Let us draw near. Okay? It is important to draw near. Encourage you to draw near. Draw near to each other and draw near to God. And it says in verse 23, let us hold fast. Let us hold fast. It says, let us hold fast to the confession of hope without wavering, for he who promised is faithful. Let us hold fast, not just as an individual, but let us as a community together with one another in this fellowship. And it says in verse 24, and let us consider how to stir up one another. You can't do that unless you're together. Let us consider how to stir up one another as a fellowship, as a community together. You stir up one another and stir them up to love and good works. And then you can add a let us to the front of this. Let us not neglect to meet together. Let us not neglect to meet together. Because it's this meeting together that you do all this drawing near and holding fast and stirring up that you need to do as a community, as in relationship with one another, bonded together in this faith. You're not bonded together by a ring going to Mordor to destroy it, but a cross going to the world to give life. God bless you and have a great day.